welcome to the stream, everybody. Give me just a moment here as I'm fixing a couple technicalities behind the scenes, but I'll be hopping on the mic here in just a moment for K23 versus XD. All right, welcome to the stream, everybody. This is indeed just a BO1 here, K23 versus XD in the IEM Winter Qualifier. K23 narrowly leading by a single round here, but it looks like they might be able to capitalize after getting that initial pick here in round 10. XD also not working with much cash at the moment. XE power on the AWP here for the T side. Norbert leading the way for K23 at the A site. 50 seconds remaining. This should be a clean A plant for K23. Neil. Look at that initial shot there into Mini. Neelan did get tagged down to 26 HP there, but ultimately XD not able to get any kills this round. C4 will detonate shortly here, and K23 will increase their lead to 2 rounds here in this best of 1. K23 taking their time here. XD is on the full buy once more. K23 continuing to let some time off the clock, though, now making the commit to secret stairs. Norbert gonna pop off Squeaky there with that nade. Still no kills going out. Actually, no damage being done by either team yet. XD gonna have an opportunity to use those silenced enforce here at the B side. Let's see if they can get at least a couple stops here. Not yet. Gospodarov is gonna get taken out there in control room by X5G. Neelan continuing to clear out the B side as X5G takes out Chiron there towards ramp. Fame able to get one with the AK as well, and that's going to leave only Dex remaining here for the CT side. Fame gonna finish him off there in vents, and K23 increasing their lead to 3 rounds here in this best of 1. JM taking an early op shot to the abdomen there. He will survive with 18 HP over near Mini. Posh will fall, though, to Norbert's peak at Squeaky. K23 getting things started off on the right foot here in round 12. XD is on the semi-bye. 3 Desert Eagles and an MP9 remaining. That HE landed right on Gospodarov outside Mini. Nice toss by Nealon. He almost reacts instantly to Dex after seeing out of his peripheral vision. Does end up landing the headshot there, top hut. And XD with really no HP remaining there between the last 2 CTs. JM going to be finished off near CT rails, and Gospodarov will meet his fate in garage. Nice shots there from X5G as K23 secures an 8th round for themselves here on Nuke. They're looking pretty sharp so far offensively. Let's see if they can close out these last 2 rounds in the half, or if maybe XD can start clawing back. XD will afford the full buy here. Gospodarov going to be on the op this round. K23 once again allowing some time off the clock. So the suspense is mounting here. Still no damage going out from either team. Posh about to make contact with Nealon at Mini, but Nealon going to come out on top of that exchange. Nice AK headshot from him. Chiron ultimately trading right back. Gospodarov able to find one outside with AWP. Actually in ramp, excuse me. Finds a second in ramp as well. C4 is down. And XD looking to get back into things here in round 13. XC Power pushing all the way towards lobby. Does find that close range op kill onto Dex. JM, meanwhile, watching his flank there at ramp, does take out X5G. XC Power peering into ramp. Does find one, but he's left as the final terrorist remaining. Wouldn't have time to plant the bomb regardless. JM going to finish him off with the A1S. And with 2 rounds left in the half, K23 has their lead sliced to 3 rounds. Aggressive on his defense there a bit. Norbert getting a little bit too aggressive there as well near Squeaky. Will fall to the MP9. K23 is on a full buy this round. XC Power on the AWP once more. Gospodarov keeping an eye on Secret, and his intuition is correct. Nealon down first. It's going to leave 3 left for K23 as they advance towards Secret Halls. Gospodarov able to see the waistband of XE power there. Able to react in time on his jump as well. Chiron able to take out Fane there at Big Garage. That's going to leave only X5 remaining here for the terrorist side. He does get 1 with the AWP here from Secret Stairs. Make that 2. But with only 20 seconds remaining, he's not going to have time to plant this one. Going to be saving the op for the final round of the first half. Jam going to finish off X5G in those final moments, so he's actually not going to save that AWP. Regardless, XC Power will afford another one. And let's see if XD can cut this lead down just to a single round before we head into the second half. I think we can do it here. Although K23 is on a full popper by this round, I think XD kind of started figuring out K23's defaults here. Norbert gonna get smoked off at Squeaky. No kills registered yet, despite some damage going out in that initial skirmish at A. Patiently awaiting a Squeaky push. He does tag Fame all the way down to 4 HP. XE Power, meanwhile, peeks into HUD. Dex down. Nice close range opping there from XE Power. 1-man advantage for K23, but they got 3 players really tagged up. XE Power taking some additional damage from that Molotov towards HUD. Chiron peeking from Garage does land the A1S headshot onto X5G. Meanwhile, Fame leading his team towards ramp. Did get 1 on the rotation, but Gospodarov able to get 2 in defense there at ramp with the AWP. XE Power trading back close range with his op. We're left in a 2-on-2. Norbert and XE Power both a bit tagged up here. Posh actually the only player remaining with full HP. Bomb going to be planted at the A side, so a bit of a distraction going on there by K23. Both XD members now making their way towards HUD. Chiron flies up fence there. XE Power is in heaven. He's got a pretty good angle here. Norbert, ground level, able to get the initial headshot. Posh trading out, but XE Power makes the peak and hits the reaction shot onto Posh. K23 will be headed into the second half, leading by 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple minutes here for the second half. back to the stream, everybody. K23 versus XD IEM Winter Qualifier. Little best of one series here. K23 on their new lineup. Post-event era. Nealon making first contact. That's 3 USP headshots from Silo. Insanity. Can he go for the ace? Not quite. Traded out. XC Power able to kill Posh and Chiron there at the end of the round. Incredible play from Nealon of K23. XD going to be on a semi-buy here with 4 Desert Eagles. I think it's smart of them to not fully force here. But regardless, let's see what they can do with these Deagles. XD continuing to let some time off the clock. Looks like they do want to send 3 outer, potentially towards Secret. Meanwhile, JM advancing towards Hut. He will be spotted in Hut, but responds with a 1D onto Nealon up Rafters. Great shot there from JM. Meanwhile, Chiron making his way towards Mini here. He's got Pash to back him up, but Pash not close enough to get the trade. X5G gets 2 at the MP5. From Mini after Dex falls off of Mini roof. Gospodarov able to get redemption onto X5G just a few seconds later there from Garage. Meanwhile, XC Power making a ruckus with his A1S from Hell. Does get 1, but Posh able to trade out with the Desert Eagle once more. Leaves us in a 2-on-2 situation, 20 seconds on the clock. And XD likely not going to be able to plant this one. Looks like they're still going for it, though. Fame can be able to make the peak. JM down. And Fame able to get the second MP9 headshot as well. Maybe XD did have more of a chance at that than I was leading on, but I just felt they weren't going to be able to overcome that MP9 in Hut, and they did not. K23 now leading by 5. XD will be on a full buy this round. 5 AK-47s here on the T side. Nealon gonna lay down some shots through that smoke at Squeaky, but not a whole lot of damage going out yet. XD still grouped up on the other side of Squeaky. They do have a lurker outside. XD making their way towards Hut as well. This might be a split inner. Actually deciding to just fall back towards the entrance of lobby, not going Hut. But 43 seconds on the clock. XD gonna have to make some sort of commit here fairly soon. JM inching his way towards ramp. The vending machines hits that initial headshot onto Norbert. No one in ramp to trade out. XC Power being killed in ladder room. Nice play there from Chiron. Nealon still holding things down at first vents. Finds Ponch there, pushing out of Squeaky. Meanwhile, XD forcing their way onto the B site. Caution door has been opened by Nealon, who is trying to stop the plant. Not going to be able to do so. That's going to leave only Fame remaining here for K23. Bomb will officially detonate. And that will indeed bring XD within 4 rounds, seemingly almost within striking distance here once again. X5G still having a pretty solid game here, though, leading the way for the CT side and the server with 18 frags. This will be a majority buy here for k23. Not the most ideal set of weapons. The only silenced M4 in the hands of Fame, pushing outside. Chiron down, falls back before he is traded out. Meanwhile, X5G guarding the vents at lower. Does get one. XC Power finding 2 outside with the scout. XC Power being a savage there with the sniper. XC Power gets a 3rd scout kill. It's a headshot onto Gospodarov. And K23 is 1 step closer to qualifying for IEM. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. XD not out of this one yet. Leading the rush out Squeaky. He will get the initial pick towards Raptors, but XC Power able to trade back. XD taking their time here. They are on a force buy. 2 Galils, 2 Deagles remaining here for the XD side. But XC Power making the peek out hell window, and Posh not able to turn around to check the window in time. He will fall outside. 1-man advantage for K23. XD left in a bit of a rough situation here. Chiron is able to pick up that A1S though. Fame, meanwhile, able to hit the headshot at Mini. And, oh, Chiron trades out from Squeaky Door, but Norbert able to finish him off, and K23 has secured a 13th round for themselves here in this best of 1. XD still with maybe 1 or 2 chances here to come back, but it's not looking too hot here for the T side. XD leaning outside. That's actually 4 outside with the bomb. X5G gonna stop Pash in his tracks there just past smoke, not allowing him to get into secret yet. Looks like his teammates will though, as Dex recovers the C4 and heads down secret stairs with his teammates. That's 3 Desert Eagles and an AK-47 left here on the T side. They're obviously still at a 1-man disadvantage, and the clock is ticking. XD pushing onto the B side. Dex opens up double caution, but X5G takes him out and then whips over towards normal caution and finishes off Chiron. Gospodarov able to trade out, gets the C4 planted. Nealon killing Gospodarov as soon as the C4 goes down. JM still in vents, trying to get some sort of exit kill here, but Fame gonna finish him off on that final peek towards vent halls. And K23 increases that lead, now up by 7, and XD running out of opportunities here. XD testing their luck outside again, but XD Power stopping Pash immediately after he peeks out from T Silo. Dex able to get a bit of redemption there onto X5G in front of Gray Container. May just free up XD to get down secret. Looks like they're on a 2-2 split. Nealon awaiting the two in secret halls. The other two members of XD up near lobby. Fame actually going to be pushing into Hut. Potential contact here at Hut. And Fame will finish off JM just as he turns to fall back to lobby. Unfortunate there for JM, who had been holding that angle for quite some time there. XD making their last-minute attempt onto the B-side. Chiron watching ramp flank. Norbert down, brings it to a 3-on-3. Fame looking to get some redemption here. Does finish off Chiron. Only 10 seconds remaining. Bomb has been planted up at the A side. Gasparov used all that chaos as a distraction. Nealon contemplating when to make his move up ladder here in vents, and Gasparov hears that noise in vents, converts that info to a headshot, but XC Power able to trade back with a big 1-deek there that seems to just echo throughout the room near Squeaky, and K23 will indeed have more than enough time to defuse, although they're trying to make us nervous by not hopping on it yet. But K23 now sitting at match point, leading 15-7. K23 going to be running the double AWP setup here in what just might be the final round. But XD with a chance to prolong this. They are on 5 AK-47s here with the full buy. Dex leading the way outside. XD narrowly avoiding some gunfire here outside. Just to let you guys know, we'll likely be doing the Eternal Fire match coming up here soon. Meanwhile, XD continuing to let some time off the clock here. Only 40 seconds remaining. Norbert able to get the stop from ramp. Norbert able to get a second there from XZ Power. Able to get one upstairs with his AWP. That's going to leave only Posh and Dex remaining here on the B site. They do have the bomb. Norbert going to have to get that weapon out after the quick switch. Not quite able to do so in time. XC Power does get the trade a moment later. It's only Posh remaining here. Terrorist side. Posh making his way back ramp. Nealon good for the trade after Posh hits that headshot onto Fame. And K23 will secure the best of one. Congrats to them. NT by XD. Pretty cool little roster they got there. Wouldn't mind seeing them and some more tournaments in the near future. But for now, we're going to focus our attention over to Wisla Krakow and Eternal Fire. Hang tight as we prepare for that matchup. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Eternal Fire versus Wisla Krakow underway here for the IEM qualifier. Looks like Eternal Fire took pistol. Wisla was able to respond. Now Eternal Fire going to be in a force buy situation. 3 Desert Eagles X-Floud on the Tech 9. Emor going to have an AK this round. Jed laying down some suppressive fire through that smoke at Squeaky. X-Floud looking for contact there at Hut. Meanwhile, his team approaching hell outside. Goofy does fend off Zentaris. No trade goes out. Emor advancing towards ladder, and hell hits that initial headshot onto Goofy, but he's got another CT right above him there in rafters. Markosh trying to hide at lower rafter. Emor will hunt him down and land the headshot. PHR, meanwhile, holding down things on the A side. Woxic will fall in mini. X-Floud making his way out. Hut takes out PHR. Jed good for the trade with the Galil. That leaves us in a 2-on-2 with only 30 seconds remaining here. Eternal Fire going to have to recover the bomb at the back of outside. Emor making his way through Hut. Does find Jed. Sparrow finishing off his teammate there inside, and Eternal Fire not gonna be able to recover the C4. Sparrow gonna finish off Emor as well, so he won't be saving that AK-47. And Wisla now leading by 1 round here in this best of 1. Eternal Fire going to be on the full save this round. Sans Emor, who has a Desert Eagle in hand. Markosh keeping an eye outside. He will find Emor walking into his A1S crosshairs. Calix able to get a long-range Deagle headshot onto Sparrow towards Garage. Markosh able to trade out. That's going to leave 3 remaining here for Eternal Fire. They're still looking for a 1-dig outside. Woxic will fall after being a bit aggressive there at red container. Only X-Floud and Zentaris remaining. It looks like S-Floud will boost the All-Star up onto red container. Zentaris falling off though after being spotted. Zentaris still looking for a 1-dig here. CT rails, and he's gonna hit it. Markosh down. PHR trying to make something happen here at mini. Zentaris looking for another potential 1-dig, but going to be finished off from CT rails from Goofy's accurate silenced in 4. Wisla Krakow now leading by 2. Eternal Fire spreading out a bit here, taking control of both Hut and outside. Jed falling back to far vents, laying down some suppressive fire through that smoke at Squeaky. Does just a hair of damage, but not as much as he was looking for there. I'm not sure if Sparrow noticed Calix there, but either way, he did hit that spam through the smoke. An Eternal Fire with a couple players already taking some damage. Minute 10 on the clock, but all 10 players in the server still alive. EF now regrouping towards Squeaky. PHR pushing out a Hut, lands the MP9 headshot onto Woxic, back of door room. Emor able to trade out as he watches that flank angle, but Jed is still flanking. Zentaris down before Emor can get the trade. Emor saw it happening in slow motion essentially there. not necessarily Enor's fault. Goofy able to trade back. Goofy taking out X-Flout as well in the A side. That's going to leave only Calyx remaining here for Eternal Fire, 34 HP, and an AK-47 in hand. 30 seconds on the clock. He sees where the C4 is here. It's at the bottom of vent. Markosh still in hut. Now making his way back into the A bomb side, but it looks like Calyx will indeed be saving here, but not before hitting a nice little headshot there onto Goofy top ladder. Goofy did not have the information needed for that, but Sparrow, meanwhile, gonna get the finishing blow onto Calyx as he tries to save towards CT spawn, and Visla Krakow now leading 4-1 here on Nuke. And Eternal Fire off to a bit of a slow start here. Once again, they're going to be on an eco round. They did buy a few upgraded pistols, but it's going to be difficult. Not yet, though. Not for X-Flout. Him and Woxic combining for 2 inside. Nice toss of that molly by X-Flout outside of hut. Bomb will be planted. Markosh, though, rotating back through hut. Takes out X-Flout with the P250. Xantar is able to trade back out with the Tech 9 headshot. One-man advantage for Eternal Fire as they guard the bomb. And Markosh still not able to take out Calyx outside despite taking a couple op shots at him. Calyx going to finish him off with the Desert Eagle headshot. It's only Jed remaining here for Visla. He's going to be saving the A1S in Secret Halls. So as the C4 officially detonates, Eternal Fire has sliced that lead of Visla's down to 2 rounds. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going here on the offensive side. Some nice nades outside. Markosh at only 4 HP before Woxic finished him off with the AWP through the spam near garage. Woxic now going to be falling back to lobby to regroup with his teammates. X-Flout leading the way out. Hut for the T side. Emor will fall in hut to PHR. X-Flout was leading out. Squeaky correction there. Him and Xantaris able to take out PHR and Goofy at the A side. It's only Jed and Sparrow remaining here for the CT side. Bomb has not been planted yet. Minute on the clock. Bomb now going down. It will be planted successfully today without any further context there. Calyx watching the flank from vending machines and ramp does get one. That's going to leave only Jed remaining here for Visla. He's got 38 HP and an A1S. He's going to be just trying to save that silenced M4 one more time. And Visla not going to have enough cash here for a proper buy in round 8. And Eternal Fire needs to capitalize here and tie things up. If they can, it would be ideal to get some sort of substantial lead going here in the first half, since Eternal Fire has been winning all these duels here the past few rounds. So they are, to some extent, kind of showing that they might be the more talented team. But Jed saying no to my little narrative there as he picks up 2 with the A1S. 1 outside, 1 at Squeaky. Jed did get tagged down to 13 HP. Xcloud going to finish off PHR, peeking through Squeaky onto the top of Hut. Xcloud tagged down to 26 HP during that interaction. Him and Xantares continuing to make their way onto the A side. Woxic going to join them from lobby through Squeaky in a moment. Still a one-man advantage for Vizsla. Make that 2 as Goofy finds Xcloud exiting Squeaky door there. Sparrow getting sneaky, pushing all the way through lobby. He hears those footsteps, takes out Woxic from the flank angle. Xantares good for the trade with the AK-47, but Goofy able to trade back from Rafters. Vizsla now leading by 2, and Eternal Fire needs to turn up the heat here soon. Woxic off to a slow start with 2 kills. Xantares kind of having a mid-range game here, 4 kills, a bit below average for him, obviously, as we head into round 9. Eternal Fire will afford the full buy here for AK-47's op in the hands of Woxic. Markaj narrowly seeing Calyx through that smoke grenade outside, will land that op shot. Jed able to get 2 on the stop outside Hut. Make that, oh, that's not going to be 3 for Jed. Markaj will finish off Woxic and Hut, though. Jed good for the assist. And Vizsla starting to look pretty sharp here on the CT side. They've increased their lead to 3 rounds, and I'm starting to get a bit concerned here for Eternal Fire. Eternal Fire will squeeze out some more rifles this round. That's 3 AKs and Calyx on the Galil. Emor having to settle for the Tech 9. Xcloud laying down some suppressive fire through Hut, trying to make some early damage happen at the A site there, but it's not going to quite work out as planned. No damage being done to the CTs yet. This is indeed a best of 1 matchup, so every round that much more important here is why I've been really stressing that Eternal Fire needs to put down their foot here in round 10. Ideally could have done that sooner and tied things up earlier, but if Eternal Fire slips on this round, they're going to be in a bit of an awkward comeback scenario. Xantares does take out Markaj at the A site. 54 seconds on the clock. Eternal Fire still weighing their options here. Emor and Xantares going to be falling back through lobby towards outside. Xantares leading the way towards outside for Eternal Fire. 30 seconds on the clock. Eternal Fire potentially about to rush down Secret Stairs to the B side. Looks like that is the plan. They're going to do it raw with no smokes down, blocking the passage to Secret. Goofy going to be right here on the other side of double caution, corner of sight. Doors are open, but Xcloud will hit that initial headshot onto Goofy. Sparrow able to trade out from ramp side. 7 seconds on the clock. Xantares able to get 2 from control room. That's going to free up Emor for the plant. He will get it down in the smoke grenade. It's only PHR remaining here for Vizsla Krakow. Bomb will officially detonate, and Eternal Fire back to 2 rounds. Let's see if Eternal Fire can build off that. Vizsla does have some cash to fall back on, so this isn't going to be easy for EF. Markosh can be on the AWP this round. Emor leading the way out. HUD, him and Floud combining for 2 PHR. Good for 1 trade, but the bomb already being planted. Looks like Vizsla might be deciding to save this. They're kind of just in exit formation right now. Zentaris potentially about to make contact with Goofy, but he's not going to check the hidden corner of rafters that will cost him. There's not going to be time to defuse, but looks like Vizsla will be able to save these 3 rifles. Well, Goofy not so much, but Markosh and Sparrow will save that op in A1S for next round. Eternal Fire now within just a single round of tying things up here as we head into round 12. Eternal Fire going to be pushing outside, led by Calyx. Jed ready to stop a squeaky push there, but Eternal Fire just kind of messing around in lobby. They're not actually in squeaky door room. Eternal Fire falling back to rotate outside, but Sparrow already been pushing all the way outside. Zentaris down, walks it good for the trade, but Sparrow definitely caught Eternal Fire off guard there. Emor going to be tagged all the way down to 10 HP during that interaction. Markosh on the peak here from near vending machines into lobby. Not going to find anyone yet. Less than a minute remaining here. Eternal Fire not committing to a singular path yet. Jed on the push, though, right out of HUD. Good for 2. A little one-tap there onto Woxic with the P250. And things have gone south quickly for Eternal Fire this round. It's only going to be Calyx and Emor remaining. Emor still with only 10 HP. They both have an AK in hand, but it looks like Eternal Fire will indeed be saving this one. CT's had the bomb down as well, so wasn't a whole lot EF could do there with one man so heavily damaged in Emor. But what a play there from Jed with the P250. Eternal Fire was not expecting that. Emor does get the exit onto Goofy. And Vizsla increased their lead to 2 rounds here. There's 2 rounds left in the first half. Let's see if Eternal Fire can bounce back here in round 13. PHR gonna get dinged through the spam coming in from HUD. He definitely was not expecting that one. PHR not gonna be too happy about that. But he's still alive. And Vizsla, of course, with 5 rifles to work with. Markosh still on the AWP. Woxic gonna be opping once more here for Eternal Fire, who are also on a full buy. Markosh pushing towards vending machines. Hits the initial op shot onto Zentaris. Markosh and Goofy on the crossfire here. Just past vending, and Exod not going to check his interior angle. Goofy going to make him pay for that Lansby when his headshot brings it to a 2-man advantage here for Vizsla. And the pressure is mounting for Eternal Fire. Emor and Woxic making their way down secret stairs. They do have the C4 in hand. Calyx gonna have to meet up. Oh, Calyx already had made his way towards control, and Woxic on the double peek here from double caution doors hits the op shot onto Markosh. The back of the B side. Emor takes out Goofy there, and B Raptors brings it to a 3-on-3. Eternal Fire not out of this one yet. Woxic makes the peak just past the lower double caution stairs. Connects on that. Woxic waiting for more action. Takes out Jed on stairs as well. That's going to leave only PHR remaining here for Vizsla, and he's going to be forced to save this one. He only has 26 HP, so he's going to get out of there with his AK-47. Bomb did officially detonate, and that's going to bring Eternal Fire to within a single round of potentially tying things up again. But nothing's a guarantee here against Vizsla. They're a very talented team. If you've been watching my stream recently, we've been covering a lot of Vizsla. They've been doing, you know, quite well in Premier these past couple seasons. They've been growing as a team overall. Alex going to be leading the way for EF outside. He actually already pushed into Big Garage, has a teammate with him, able to take out Sparrow there. Minute 22 remaining here for EF to work with. They continue to make their way towards Hell, where Zentaros will take out Markosh in Hell Window. Goofy able to get some redemption there, +1 as he takes out 2 members of EF that were sneaking towards Hell Window area. Emor able to take out PHR as well there outside, and xCloud and Woxic each doing their part at both vending and their outside. Eternal Fire has officially tied things up once more with a chance to take the lead here in the final round of the first half. Alex takes Markosh down outside early. That was not how Vizsla was hoping this round was going to start out, but Markosh maybe just a bit too aggressive on that push outside mini. PHR, meanwhile, playing a conservative position, hiding there on secret stairs, able to take out Calyx with the MP9, brings the round to a 4-on-4 situation. Minute 15 for Eternal Fire to work with as they rotate back towards ramp room. Emor leading the way into ramp. Right next to him there on rails, does take care of Goofy. That's going to free up Vizsla, or excuse me, free up Eternal Fire to flood the B side. Vizsla, on the other hand, going to be trying to retake 3v4. Obviously, they can't save here. It's the final round half. xCloud, now suppressive fire towards Caution Door, does tag Jed down to 45 HP. Sparrow gonna get picked off by Woxic there on the flank from ramp. Jed gonna fall at lower as well, and that's gonna leave only PHR remaining here. Nearly no time left to work with. He's still walking towards double caution, or he's gonna have to run now, but Woxic will be waiting for him with open arms and an AWP. And Eternal Fire right back in this one, ladies and gentlemen, now leading by 1 here as we prepare for the second half. We're gonna take just a couple-minute intermission here, so don't go anywhere. We'll be live for the second half in just a couple minutes. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. Officially underway for the second half here in this IEM qualifier between Eternal Fire and Wisla Krakow. D-Nuke, a difficult map to win a B of 1 on, I will say. Nuke in itself creates a lot of high pressure scenarios, close, narrow angles, a lot of claustrophobic pushes. Emor going to be on the dualies this round defensively. We'll see if that works out for him. Wisla, meanwhile, already flooding through ramp. They're pushing all the way through hell. And that's going to be the end of Woxic. He was already tagged down to red HP. Xantares will be spotted at the end of Mini as well. And Sparrow! Oh boy. 2001 tap from Sparrow and Markosh. And Goofy going to finish off Xcloud and Calyx there at inner, and Wisla has tied things up once again, this time at 8 apiece. Peeking outside with the scout, does tag PHR. Not able to kill him, but Xantares coming up big with the 5-7. That's 3 headshots with the 5-7 from Xantares. Backhaul at lower. Xantares looking for more action. Can he potentially get the ace here? Jed and Goofy advancing from the other side of that smoke. Goofy does see Xcloud, converts the headshot from the peak. Xantares is going to be falling back. He still essentially has eyes on the bomb here. Goofy creeping up towards the bomb here. Him and Jed going to do a little head stack so they can peek out on Xantares. And Xantares has been seen at stairs. Bomb is picked up. Xantares still with 45 HP. He's still peeking back. But he knows Wisla likely going towards double caution and control room, which they are. Calyx, meanwhile, on the flank from double caution stairs. Jed and Goofy still in control room. Eternal Fire should be able to close them out from the crossfire, but they don't even need the crossfire. Woxic with 2 huge scout kills. Whew. Woxic just flexing that sniper accuracy once again, and Eternal Fire back in the lead by 1. Wisla gonna be forcing up this round. Bold move from them. Buying 4 deagles. Zantares going outside early. Does find Goofy with the headshot onto Silo. PHR going to trade him out from T side outer. Smoke down at outer, but it's not blocking the path to secret. Vizsla holding off for now on any further pushes. Vizsla now making their way towards ramp. They're already past vending machines. Xcloud peeks from back ramp box, able to take out Jed, but that's going to send Vizsla rotating back towards T lobby. PHR still has the C4 in hand. He's leading the way towards Squeaky. Vizsla could choose to go down vent. Squeaky is open. They have to make a decision. They go in lower, they go in A. Emor stopping PHR either way, and CTs have the bomb in their possession. Markosh, though, able to pick it up, but not for long. Emor going to finish him off with the USP through the smoke. Xcloud takes care of Sparrow at ramp with the A1S headshot, and Eternal Fire now leading by 2. Vizsla on the full ramp rush here, but they're going to be stopped by Xcloud's Molotov. Goofy actually not going to be able to get out of that fire. I like to call that a 2G when they probably should have got out of the molly, but they didn't, but it was thrown by an enemy. I won't pass judgment on Goofy too much, though. I'd have to see the replay on that. Either way, he got caught away from his team, unfortunately. Woxic and Xcloud still holding things down, and ramp combining for 2. Markosh good for the trade onto Xcloud with the Glock. Still 2 Vizsla players making their way into ramp. Markosh able to take out Calyx as well. What is happening? PHR picks up the AK headshots. Woxic in ramp as well, and somehow Vizsla finds themselves in a potentially winnable 2v2. Although PHR is still sitting at just 9 HP, he does have the C4. 50 seconds on the clock here. Let's see how Vizsla decides to play this. Tossing a molly up rafters. Vizsla looks like they are going to push A from mini. Those footsteps are going to be heard by Emor at default. They're going for the plant regardless. Markosh able to get the trade after Emor kills the planter. Does Markosh have enough time to plant? He should. He's now left in a 1v1 with the All-Star, Zantares. Zantares, A1S in hand. Rotates out of secret stairs towards mini. Markosh still in hut. He doesn't have the information necessary yet. Zantares without much info to work with either, but he is suspicious of lobby, which is spot on. Zantares inching towards the C4. He's going to right-click, drop the smoke, and it looks like he is committing to the defuse, but Markosh reacts in time and gets a great off headshot through that smoke. Markosh will not be losing those, apparently. Great play from him. There's not too many players who would have hit that headshot there with no hesitation. Eternal Fire. Going to be actually force buying up here. Woxic going to be on the AWP once more. A couple pistols being bought. Calyx on the AUG. Emor settling for the MP9. Zantares trying to get a 1D early there outside, but he will fall back to mini after no damage goes out. Markosh still peeking outside with that AWP. Not going to find any contact yet. It looks like the rest of Vizsla going to be regrouping outside with him. Minute remaining for Vizsla to make their commit. Xantara is going to be peeking out of secret. Stairs lands the 1D. I'm sure we all felt that coming before he even shot the bullet. Woxic, meanwhile, near heaven, will be taken out by Goofy on the flank from CT spawn rails. Calyx was able to trade back with the AUG from heaven. Eternal Fire with the one-man advantage here on their force buy. 30 seconds remaining here for Vizsla to get the plant down. Jed walks into hell and Xbox crosshairs simultaneously. PHR good for the trade, however. But EF should be able to close out these low HP numbers of Vizsla. Xantares with a big 1D there from control room through the window. Quite dramatic. Sparrow able to get the trade. He's going to fake the plant. Actually, he was going to commit to it, but those doors swung open, and eventually Emor does land that MP9 headshot onto Sparrow as time was expiring. Eternal Fire now back up by 2 rounds. And it looks like a timeout has been taken here, likely by Vizsla as they discuss their buy options here. Markosh, the only terrorist who could potentially afford a rifle, but it looks like Vizsla will be buying Deagles in unison. Markosh actually going to be purchasing an AWP. Let's see if he can be the deciding factor here as Vizsla tries to slow down this momentum of EF on the CT side. Vizsla still in this one, clearly, only down by 2, but if Eternal Fire wins this round specifically, they could start pulling away. Xantares intercepting the rush there outside, stops Markosh near secret lane. Sparrow able to trade out +1 as he picks up the AWP and takes out Woxic at heaven. Xflood has a T right in front of him here as we check in near vending machines. Contact still not being made there towards ramp. One-man advantage for Vizsla, minute 19 on the clock. And Vizsla still has options here. Jed with a nice deagle headshot into Hut. Whips around to try to stop Xfloud there from lobby. Not able to do so. PHR, meanwhile, pushes through Mini, takes out Emor. And it's going to be only Xfloud remaining here for Eternal Fire. PHR will cleanly get the plant down inside. And then Xfloud will be headed back to T-spawn to save this AK-47. Indeed does officially detonate, and that's going to bring Vizsla to within a single round of potentially tying things up once more. Eternal Fire, on the other hand, not going to be left with an ideal economic situation. Already rushing out Hut, led by Goofy. He hits that initial headshot onto Xantares, and mayhem has erupted. Jed finds another at the lower side. Exxon good for the trade +1 as he peeks out control room towards side, hits the headshot through control window. Goofy down, brings it to a 3v3. Still a lot of time on the clock. Bomb has not been attempted to be planted yet. Alex with the 1D outside. Woxic landing a scout shot at lower. Xfloud and Calyx still tagged up here. And this really could still go either way despite EF having the one-man advantage here. Xfloud still being sneaky in vents. Jed and PHR, meanwhile, have made their presence known. They're about to exit caution door towards the B site. PHR has the C4 out. He's going for the plant, committing to it. And a nice plant there from Vizsla. Didn't even need another kill to get it down, but Jed will find another frag there. Back alley stairs. Xfloud down, leaves us in a 2-on-2 situation. Jed gets the last second peek from caution onto Woxic, connects with the A1S headshot, and Calyx fall back several seconds ago to save that AWP, and we're all tied up once again, this time at 11 apiece, and the pressure mounting for Eternal Fire here, specifically because of their economic situation. Pressure high for both teams. Let's be honest, a best of one is just a nerve-wracker, no matter who you are. Woxic will have an op this round, as that was retained there, but Eternal Fire not with much other weaponry to work with. 3 upgraded pistols being bought. Emor on the full save, though, with the USP. We'll see how this plays out for EF. Their defense certainly about to be tested once more. Goofy making the way out hut. It's going to be Jet trying to push blood, though. Calyx is able to return fire for a trade. Xantar is taking out 150 as well, but Goofy and Markosh continuing to clear out this side. That's going to leave only Xfloud remaining. Markosh catches him on the flank there through lobby towards vending machines. And Vizsla Krakow back in the lead by a single round. Eternal Fire with just maybe enough for a buy here. Looks like they're not going for it yet, though. Okay, rifles now being bought. It's going to be 4 silence in for Emor having to settle for a FAMAS here. There's going to be no sets of head armor on the CT side, though. Keep an eye on that. Next to the round. Vizsla fully committing to the A-rush. They're out hut. Emor gets one. Woxic backs him up for a second. Xantar taking out Jed there outside hut. Markosh able to trade back for 2. Goofy trades back onto Xantar simultaneously. And Goofy is left in a 1v2. Woxic with only 19 HP. Xlaw did get tagged down to 46. Goofy, reaction shot onto Woxic and then checks heaven. Able to connect on that AK headshot. Xfloud down, and that'll put Vizsla back up by 2 rounds. Looks like a timeout has been taken by Eternal Fire, and the drama could not be any higher right now. Eternal Fire's IEM hopes on the line. Obviously Vizsla's as well, and I'm sure EF wishes this was a BO3 series, which I'm not saying would be a guaranteed win for them, but man, Nuke is a tough map for a BO1 for anybody. Eternal Fire going to be buying 4.57s. Woxic on the full save. Vizsla, meanwhile, making their way all the way towards Secret, led by Markosh. Xantar is catching on to that. Will drop the smoke at Secret Halls. Will that be enough to prolong Vizsla just long enough for maybe Eternal Fire to prepare to stop the B push? Emor getting aggressive there in Secret. Walks all the way through the smoke. Xantares had fallen just before that. But Emor was able to get some redemption with his pistol. Leaves us in a 4-on-4, less than a minute on the clock. Eternal Fire now falling back to the B side as they realize that's the only place ESEA could be now. X-Cloud able to take out Markosh from double caution, but Goofy takes out 2 of his teammates there on the EF side. Jed able to take out X-Cloud eventually, and a 1-tap onto Calyx. And ESEA starting to run away with this one, up by 3 as we get ever later into the second half. An Eternal Fire in a must-win situation. Timeout has been taken, likely by EF here. X-Cloud and Emor have not bought yet. Live play will be resuming. Can EF put their foot down and make the 3-round comeback here? Or is ESEA potentially going to put themselves in a match point situation? ESEA potentially looking to work outside early here. Zentara's going to throw a nade in exchange. Smokes are down, so PHR going to be leading the way towards Secret, but Woxic with the perfect angle from Heaven Rails, able to hit the op shot there onto PHR. Jed got tagged up as well, not from the op, but from those nades and silenced him forwards. Jed going to be sitting at 16 HP outside. Sparrow still lurking back on T roof, using quite a bit of utility towards A and outside. Markosh, meanwhile, still looking to clear outside indefinitely with that AWP. Zentaris makes the perfect peek from Garage, though. Markosh down. And it's a 2-man advantage for Eternal Fire. Goofy continuing to make his way onto the B side. His teammate did fall just moments before that. Goofy with only 7 HP, still able to get the plant down. Emor here on the flank from Caution Door, able to take out Goofy, bottom of ramp. That's going to leave only Sparrow remaining. Sparrow already falling back for the save outside, swapping out for that AWP, likely going to be dropping that for Markosh. Indeed, he does. Opt now in the hands of Markosh. Woxic still going to be sniping here for the CT side, and Eternal Fire has sliced that lead of ESEA's back down to 2 rounds, but their work is far from over here. Taurus. About pushing outer, but he fell back to Mini. Jed, meanwhile, already pushing out Squeaky, takes out Emor, top HUD. Calyx able to trade back through the smoke with the A1S headshot. Meanwhile, ESEA has already rotated past vending machines, encroaching towards ramp room. Markosh still lurking outside with that AWP. X-Cloud narrowly missing those initial shots at ramp. He's going to fall back down to the B side. ESEA with an opportunity to take control of ramp and potentially the B site. PHR gonna have to be careful peeking towards hell there. Woxic making his presence known with the AWP now after that initial shot into ramp. We're still in a 4-on-4 situation, 55 seconds on the clock. Bomb in the hands of PHR, although ESEA has not fully committed to the B site yet. Now they have. X-Cloud was actually down there behind Silo, able to peek out, take out Sparrow. Goofy, good for the trade. PHR will commit to the plant, and Vissla left in a 3v3 to defend the bomb. Centaurus making sure there weren't any lurkers still outside. He's now making his way down vents. Markosh, meanwhile, takes Calyx down outside. Markosh taking quite a bit of damage, though. Seeing only 26, but time running out for EF, and it looks like they will be saving these rifles. And EF is going to have to win 3 in a row to take this to overtime. Looks like a timeout has been taken by EF as they discuss the potential 3-round streak they would need here for OT. That's far from guaranteed, but at least EF was able to afford rifles this round. Looks like it'll be back-to-back timeouts. Hopefully there isn't some sort of tech issue going on here. EF maybe just discussing things once more here. Live play will be resuming. Woxic going to be on the AWP once more. 4 silenced M4s to round out the lineup here for EF. Will that be enough? Calyx, the only CT missing head armor here. Hopefully for him that doesn't become a talking point later in the round. Markosh leading the way outside for Vissla as Jed takes control of Hut. Emor down. That's not how EF was trying to start the round out. Calyx able to stop Jed there at Hut, brings things to a 4-on-4. EF still in this one. Centaurus keeping an eye on outside from Mini. PHR showing his patience as he still hasn't pushed fully out of secret halls there. Calyx, meanwhile, finds Goofy pushing out Squeaky. Walks it good for 1 at secret halls. That's going to leave only Markosh and Sparrow remaining here for Vissla. Centaurus was able to finish off Sparrow there at outer. Markosh good for the trade, but Calyx trades back as Markosh pushes through Mini. Eternal Fire still in this one. They need 2 in a row to push this to overtime. X-Cloud leading the way for EF with 26 kills. Goofy also with 26 kills here, leading the Vissla side. Centaurus laying down some suppressive fire early there at Squeaky, not doing too much damage. Vissla still weighing their options here, hanging out in the back of T lobby. They haven't made any bold peeks yet, including outside. Goofy's ready for the outside peeks, though, if necessary. He's already up on T silo with the Emor with some nice suppressive fire through the smoke grenade at Squeaky. Will kill Jed through that smoke with a headshot. Toxic now rotating back towards ramp with that op in hand. He doesn't want Vissla to get an easy route to the B site. Xbob still in ramp as well, but Vissla not committing to either site yet. 43 seconds remaining. Vissla making some moves at outside as they pop off some utility there towards garage. Woxic peeking just in time. Double scope lands onto Goofy as he makes his way towards garage. Meanwhile, PHR pushing out of Squeaky. Emor will take him down. Markosh good for the immediate trade with the AWP there. Markosh making his way out of Squeaky. Picks up the bomb, heads lower. Still has time to plant here, but he's going to have to deal with Xfod rotating down from ramp. Xfod hears the plant and is going to be able to finish off Markosh with a nice little A1S headshot. Sparrow going to be the final member of Vissla remaining. It looks like he might be saving. I mean, he's still going for it technically. Calyx down, but he can't see Xcloud behind Silo there, and Xcloud was already sticking it. So ultimately, that was a save from Sparrow. He'll be carrying that AK over to this round. And Eternal Fire needs just one round here to push this to OT. Can they overcome their shortcomings here on Nuke and take this to overtime? Vissla just kind of hanging out in the lobby, not peeking hut or ramp yet. Xantares pushing through that smoke that was thrown at him outside. Great container. Meanwhile, Jed leading the way out. Squeaky. Emor able to finish him off. Emor gets a second there at Squeaky while Xantares and Calyx do their jobs at the A site in outer. And Eternal Fire clinches the round and officially takes this to overtime. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple minutes for OT. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. We're officially underway here for overtime IEM qualifier between Eternal Fire and Wisla Krakow. Eternal Fire winning 3 in a row there to push it to overtime. Actually, I think it was 4, so bit of an impressive little late push there from EF. As OT starts, we'll have Zentaris and the boys with 4 silenced M4s. Woxic on the AWP once more. Markosh still going to be opping for the T side. Wisla spreading out a bit early here, but absolutely no contact has been made yet by either team. X-Spot about to change that. Nice little HE toss towards Vending. Doesn't do as much damage as he would have hoped, but better than nothing. He, meanwhile, already pushing outside, flanking around from Raptors. Takes out Woxic PHR, finishing off X-Cloud at ramp. And Wisla has an open ticket to the B side. Jed able to hit that headshot onto Zentaris at lower. Well, Emor able to trade out, but it's going to be only Emor remaining. He finds Goofy and Vance with a nice headshot, but Sparrow right there dropping down Vance to trade out with the AK-47. Wisla Krakow leading by 1 round once again. Wisla still weighing their options. They've taken control of Squeaky Room and Lobby, but they're gonna have to watch that flank from Vending Machines. Regardless, Jed still pushing through Squeaky, Emor down. X-Spot and Woxic still pushing from ramp. Woxic peeks past Vending with the AWP. Shot lands onto Jed. That brings us to a 4-on-4, minute 15 here for Wisla to work with. Calyx about to make the peek into Lobby, but Markosh going to be waiting for him there with the AWP. Nice intuition and patience from Markosh. Goofy, meanwhile, keeping an eye on the flank from ramp. X-Cloud down. That's going to leave only Woxic remaining here with the AWP. He's getting flanked from heaven. Oh, no. Will Woxic turn around in time? He will not. I believe he did hear those footsteps, but maybe he thought they were in lower. There might have been footsteps coming from both sides there. Both sites, technically. Wisla now up by 2. Eternal Fire running out of opportunities here. It looks like EF has taken a timeout. Live play will be resuming. Let's see if EF changes up anything drastically here. An interesting note is that even though Woxic is on the op once more, he could not afford head armor this round. So money is not infinite in overtime. Remember that, folks. Sparrow leading the way outside for Wisla. Zentaris, suppressive fire going through that smoke, but not much damage being done there. A single shot lands onto Sparrow. Sparrow still making his way past Gray Container, though. Zentaris down. And things are looking a bit critical here for EF. Woxic watching that secret push. He's got bombed down as PHR falls. Woxic has information about more terrorists here. Woxic gonna fall back after getting flashed, though. Calyx keeping an eye on heaven. That is where Sparrow is, and Sparrow able to get the peek without a trade going out. Nice little headshot there from Rafters by Sparrow. One-man advantage for Eternal Fire. Make that for Visla, and Markosh is going to extend that advantage, although XFOD is fighting back outside. Gets traded out by Goofy after just one pick there from CT Rails. That's going to leave only Calyx remaining here for Eternal Fire. He's out inside with that A1S. Hits the headshot onto Markosh. Bomb still hasn't been planted. Goofy and Jed now heading towards the B site. Calyx going to be pushing into vents now. Calyx hears the plant going down. He's going to be pushing through the Molotov, hoping he could get a pick there, but it actually works against him. Brings him down to 28 HP. Goofy finishes him off with the AK-47. And Visla Krakow, one round from putting this one away. Can Eternal fight back? We'll be back for the second half of OT in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Second half of OT is live. Eternal Fire's IEM hopes on the line here as Visla's one round away from securing this best of one. Woxic going to be on the AWP once more, but Visla's running a double AWP setup, so this is not going to be easy for Eternal Fire to win 3 in a row. Fire continuing to let some time off the clock here, letting the drama build. They're going to be tossing some utility outside now. Zentaro's leading the way after hopping off of Mini, trying to make that flank happen, but it's going to be Goofy drawing first blood, drops 2 from Garage towards Mini. He hasn't been traded out yet. Woxic making his way into Garage, and PHR will take out Woxic as well. Zentaro's able to get 2 here, 1 at CT Rails, 1 at Mini. Zentaro's left in a 1v3 with EF's hopes on the line. He won't be able to survive that. Congratulations to Visla Krakow. They will officially be advancing here in the IEM qualifier. Eternal Fire had a nice little comeback there at the end of regulation, but they just weren't quite able to outlast there. And certainly in OT, after they went down by 3, their chances of pushing it to double OT seemed rough, just because Visla seemed to have kind of found their chemistry there towards the end of overtime. But regardless, we look forward to seeing both these teams in multiple tournaments in the near future here. Thanks for joining us for the stream, guys. If you're not following already, go ahead and tap that follow button. You can turn notifs on as well. You can also give me a follow on Twitter, same alias at Hamtaro1H. It looks like we're going to be going live again here pretty soon, potentially. It looks like there's some NA relegation going on tonight, of course. We'll let you know if we're going to be covering one of those matches or not. If we don't, we'll be hosting another great caster here. Either way, guys, thanks for joining us. Have a great night.